Hey everybody, today I'm here in one of our Growout rooms. We were just going through and cleaning some of these tubs. We'd moved some geckos. These is where some of the males were, taking a break for the winter. We've moved them back into the breeding groups, and now we're moving some younger geckos up into these tubs to be grown out into adult size. So I thought I'd kind of show you around the Growout room, show you how we set up the tubs and how we move things up here. Down here we've got an empty tub that we just cleaned. As you can see, they start off fairly basic. There's really nothing in here except a little bit of foliage. We don't use a ton of the fake plants in these tubs, mainly because they're hard to clean and they're expensive. So we use a lot of egg crate in these tubs. It gives a lot of good climbing spaces, good hiding spaces. It's cheap, it's effective, and it's easily discarded and replaced rather than the foliage. So what we start with here is just a folded piece of newspaper to fit the bottom of these tubs. And once we put that in, we take just a normal egg flat and we cut it about 2/3 the way across, so one side is bigger than the other. We have two pieces like this, and we take the smaller piece and stand it up on end in the tub here. And this piece we kind of fold in half a little bit so it almost makes a curved L shape. And we put that one perpendicular to the smaller piece that's standing up with the plants on top of it. This way, you can see they've got hiding spaces underneath this piece back here. They can hide in underneath there. On top under the plants, it gives them plenty of choices on where to hide. The crate kind of fits together and interlocks with itself. Plenty of places to hide, plenty of places to climb, lots of spots to feel secure and safe. Makes it real easy for them and real easy for us. Then after we do that, we just add a small dish of water. Today is not the feeding day for these guys, so there's not going to be any food in here. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, we keep them real basic. It's simple, it's effective, it's easier to switch over, and it works really well. As you can see up here, up top, is a number of cages that we've already cleaned and set up that are ready for new animals. And then we've also got cages that are already set up with animals in them. All of these tubs, we do one animal per tub. Everything in our whole facility, we do one gecko per tub everywhere. We do that. It makes it safer for the animals. We don't get fighting, tail nips, missing toes, stuff like that that you see a lot of breeders that house, especially young animals in larger groups, get those problems. We don't get those problems. Everything's housed individually. And it also, one of our main focuses and our main goals is to track our lineage really well. A lot of larger breeders don't do this, and we track everything from our high-end groups. We call our track and trace groups. Parent for parent, we can tell you exactly where they come from, which parents it was, when it was hatched, exactly how old it is. And you can't do that if you're putting more than one in a tub. You know, can get confused on which gecko goes with which tag and who comes from where. So keeping one per tub really makes sure that we can know exactly what's what came from where, and track everything to the best possible way. So now that we've got this tub set up here, I'm going to move it right up to this spot on the rack. And it is ready for a gecko. So right down in this little 6 quart, I've picked out a gecko that's going to be moving up out of our hatchling racks. This is about the size we move them up into these racks. We do them in this size, right about the 6 to 8 gram mark. That's when we find they can, he's eager to go get in there. This size is when we find they can take an adult cricket, and we just wait until they're old enough to eat adult crickets into this room, as it makes feeding easier, so we only have to get one size crickets for this whole room. So this one's a little red pinstripe out of Orion and Fire. We put them right in there, slide the tub closed. These are the same sort of racks that we use for our breeders that we saw in the last video. Custom made, lidless, basically the same rack setup, just a different size tub. And then here we take the tag right off the growout cage, or I'm sorry, the hatchling cage. Take it right off there. It's got all the parent information, and put it right on the growout tub. And that's pretty much that. We've got 2 growout rooms here. Total is just over 300 tubs. This is one of our 2 growout rooms. And that there is a quick overview of how we grow them up from 6. They'll be in these tubs anywhere from 6 to about 30 grams. And at that point they either get sold or more often at this point moved into our breeding room and set up in breeding groups. So it takes about 5 to 6 months to go from 6 to 30 grams in these tubs. So we've got about a 5-month turnaround. And that's kind of the grow out room. Thanks for watching again. And once we get all these set up, we're obviously going to have a bunch of empty baby cages. We'll reset those up and show you how we set up hatchlings and the little guys before they get moved into this room. Thanks for watching.